evening, folks. Hey, I'm Gary Gillette. Again, our conductor, no, not our conductor, our announcer is off in Europe sightseeing and such, so you'll have to put up with me conducting and talking. Welcome to you hardcore folks that have come out for the Missoula City Band. Even though it looked rainy and crappy all day, the weather is better and better towards our southwest. We'll just be fine. Thank you so much for persevering. Here, play the Star Spangled Banner. Marilyn's birthday is coming up. Happy birthday, Marilyn Holgate, however old you happen to be. To have a summer birthday, you lucky thing. We like to dedicate our Rosencrantz du jour to our good friend and visiting with us, a longtime Missoula City Band stalwart, and his lovely wife are visiting in from Idaho. Georgia's sitting in with the band. That's right, you know the family must be related if indeed they named their child George, and the last name is Washington. And indeed, the lineage is there, visiting in from Idaho, and his lovely wife, Ann. George Washington, the tuba section. George! And we'd like to play a Rosencrantz March for him, whatever it happens to be called. What's this one? Our State's Guardsmen. Here you go. Well, you know the singers, and you've just never heard them sing together before. Ken is working on a new job and was unable to join us for rehearsal, so I said, if you can't rehearse, to heck with it. No, he couldn't make the gig, and we know of a fine singer that has often sung with us in the past. He's been singing the part of Alfredo Chipolato in O Sole Mio the last several years since Alfredo's passing. We've enlisted the help of Thomas Batey on tenor, maybe high baritone. He wishes he was more of a tenor for some of these parts. There's some stuff that goes up, and our always welcome Callen, the two of these folks together on 3 tunes tonight, 2 of which are brand new arrangements underneath the pen of Mike Rosbarski. This first one is from the musical The Fantastics, and it's a wonderful new addition to our repertoire. It is Never Say No? It is. Oh, that's right. The band's been having fun with this. Pretty good. I can't remember the name of the tune, called Try to Remember. Please welcome Karen and Thomas. that great arrangement by Mike Rosebarski back in our euphonium section. Mike, nice tune. Hey! Wow. Last week was the University of Montana Band Camp. This week is the University of Montana Conducting Workshop. And we've got a number of members of that workshop here in the band this evening. Some sitting in, some with us regularly. And the head poobah, the man in charge, the head conductor of the entire event was nice enough to come and rehearse with us on Monday evening. And then going to do Irish Tune from County Derry with us. I've got a little bit of a pull on Gary just because when I was a freshman in college at University of Michigan a whole bunch of years ago, Gary was a graduate teaching assistant in percussion. He was my drum instructor in 1971. He is now the director of bands at Arizona State University and will be nice enough to conduct this wonderful rendition of Irish Tune from County Derry. Please welcome Dr. Gary Hill. afraid you can't tell too much that we had the same conducting teacher. A whole lot more stuck with Gary than it stuck with me. We'd like to pay honor to a fallen musician here in Missoula. Just recently, Gerald Doty passed. He lived a nice long life, and many of us know him from his string teaching. The first fellow to bring Suzuki instruction to Missoula, Montana. Has been a stalwart in the string community here in Missoula for 50 years. Many folks were unaware of the fact that early in his career, he was a director of bands at Indiana State University. No, University of Indiana. And right after the Korean War, that was his job. And we'd like to play this march for him now. It's a Farrar march. Farrar is I always thought was a one-march fella. He wrote Bombasso, a great march that we've done before, and us tuba players all know it because it's a great tuba arrangement of it. He also wrote this, the Indiana State March. This is for Gerald Doty. Blue Sky. Okay, we'll do some setting up here. We've got a brand new piece, never been played before. We're going to play it for you this evening with a guest conductor and all kinds of players and a whole host of things. So just give us a moment. We'll do some house setting here, but we're not done. Just enjoy the blue sky, okay? There's blue sky over there now.
I need to share a little story about this particular piece. This is going to be Royal Euphonium Trio, written for us by James Eversole. And Jim is here this evening. Many of you have heard many of the different songs that he has written and arrangements he's done for our bands. And last year, I was just blown away with the beautiful sound of Bugler's Holiday that we played with our Missoula Community Concert Band. And we had Brenda McGlenn and Dave Tandy and my brother Ed Smart. And the next morning, I asked Ed if he wanted to go to lunch and bumped into Jim Eversole and Tropical Smoothies. And I said, Jim, I'm jealous. You know, all these trumpet players have these beautiful trios, and we need one, so why don't you write us one? He said, okay. About a year later, he says, I've got it done. So I hope that you enjoy, by James Eversole, the Royal Euphonium Trio. Oh, and our guest conductor, of course, the band director from the Porter Middle School, Corey Smith.
lots of stuff going on. Thank you for your patience and helping us get all that together. It's wonderful to be able to do new works, and especially if folks right here in our community for just for us. Joining myself and Carl Smart on euphonium, that was Tom Trigg as well. How about those fine euphonium players? Carl and Tom. Thank you, Jim, for the new composition. Here's another celebration. It's been 30 years since the passing of John Lennon, and folks my age and near, that's right, we are all excited about John Lennon, young man. 30 years ago, thank you, we're excited for the music that he wrote. 30 years ago, we weren't sure that we'd be still playing it, that we thought it was some pop music that would come and go, like most pop music. No way, man. There was a real genius of writing there. He happened to be murdered 30 years ago, and there were some great bios of him done this past year, which led me to go searching for some of his music. Here's a really decent concert band arrangement. I'd like to thank extra bodies coming in to help out. We've got the man back on drum set, and then my colleague Ryan Davis on bass to add a little authentic rock and roll to it at the times. Here's a celebration of the life of John Lennon. So many soloists. I knew I'd blow it if I started calling everyone by name. That's one of those things that, that's not just a 5-minute rehearsal. I think we practiced that 3 times. 3 times I think we rehearsed that sucker. That's twice as many as what we usually get around to, man. Sometimes there's no rehearsal. Thanks for enjoying some John Lennon. We're lucky enough to have Callen and Thomas come back to the stage and do a tune also from the Fantastics. That's right, written by Tom Jones. Not the Tom Jones that you and I know, but a little older Tom Jones than that. Here is Never Say No, and welcome Callen and Thomas, please.
Kids pour jam on the cat, raspberry jam all over the cat. Why would the kids do something like that? They did it 'cause we said no. My son was once afraid to swim, for what made him drinks, until I said he mustn't swim. Then swimming ever since. Been swimming ever since. Oh, dogs got to bark, mules got to pray, soldiers must fight and preachers must pray, and children, I guess, must get their own way the minute that we say no. Why did the kids put beans in their ears? No one can hear with beans in their ears. After a while the reason appears. They did it 'cause we said no. My daughter brings a young man in, says, do you like him, Pop? Just tell her he's a fool, and then you've got a son-in-law. You've got a son-in-law. Oh, sure as the June comes right after May, soon as the night comes right after day, and be sure the devil's to pay the minute that you say no. The children never say no.
While they're here, let's put them to more use. Here's a wonderful arrangement by Jim Eversole. Here in the audience, the fellow that wrote the new euphonium trio we played a few minutes ago. This is an arrangement he did years ago of selections from The Merry Widow. A wonderful light opera about the turn of the century. It's about 100 years old right now, with 3 wonderful songs. Everyone knows Delia. In between these 2 songs that are less commonly known. So the Merry Widow Waltz to end up with, and what's the, something about women, the first one. Something about women. Though, again, I looked down here and saw someone singing along with the last 2. So you folks know these tunes. Here's selections from Merry Widow again with Callen and Thomas.
Who can tell what the but completely bizarre. Oh, that endless kerfuffle and fuss. Why can't they be more like us? From a wonder, a bundle of joy, to a monster who wants to destroy. Whether wild as a fence, or a child, or a sphinx, who can tell what the hell What's the secret of a woman who can tell their perpetual enigmas unpredictable as hell? How to keep them, that's the question, that's the trick. And there's such a mix of attributes, a man has to take his pick. Why do we never know what they are? It's because we're completely bizarre. We're beguiled by the smile in their eyes. Then hello, surprise, surprise. They're a wonder, a bundle of joy. Not a monster who wants to destroy. We may think she's a minx, but she's wise as a and it's clear what a woman is. And it's clear what a woman is.
Thomas Batey.
voice is heard that seems to whisper low, I love you so. Love that mothers born, the love is sweet song. In our fingers clasp that lingers close and long. And the music rises sweet to and fro.
Hey, it's time for one more tune. Thank you so much for all the folks being here. I know the weather was sketchy. It's worth the wait, folks. They had a wonderful program with great soloists and wonderful music. I'd like to thank our sound man. Jay Straw does the sound with high-tech audio. How about Victor? Thank you, Victor. Victor brought his mama along, too. That's pretty nice. You were really nice to my mama. Hey, so after the gig, come up and say hi to Victor's mama, okay? Say hola. Yeah. Hey, I've mispronounced this tune a number of times. This has nothing to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is all about Star Trek. And the titles are theme from Star Trek, the theme from hold on. Really? Oh, so it must be two different movies, huh? Deep Space Nine, Generations, Voyager, and finally, from the motion picture Star Trek. Dig it all, you Trekkies. Here's the Star Trek through the years.